Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is
Messy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Messy. This is Jamie, and today I am joined by, what can I even say about this woman, this person, this personal hero of mine? She's one of my favorite people in the entire world. She's known me longer than most. She is a big part of who I am today, how I view the world, how I view myself. She taught me more than maybe I've even told her she has. I love her with every cell in my body. Please welcome to Messy, the incredibly talented, the incredibly just like bigger than life, best energy in the world, my friend Aida Turturro.
Wow. Oh my God. So you're talking and I'm tearing up. So I'm tearing up. Wow. Jamie, you're one of my favorite people. One of my heroes. I didn't realize you told me at one point that what I meant and some special things that I did and really affected you. And it really meant a lot to me. But you are the beauty of the world. You are the beauty of the world. And anytime I get to see you, anytime I get to speak with you, it's a light always. And for a few years, I was like, what the hell? How we don't get connect if we're not on this thing with people, if you're not in hey, we're going to go for a walk, or the kids are getting together. You have to plan getting together for friends. And I'm not starting off with a heavy duty thing right now, but I am I'm in my old where I used to live in Montauk right now. And I just came out for a wake of this beautiful woman, Allison, who passed out of the blue, got pancreatic cancer and died in 2 weeks. And I'm like, you know what I mean?
You can curse here.
And it just goes to show you that we need to live in the moment. We need to live in the now. We need to make sure that you appreciate what is around you so much and appreciate and make time.
Yes.
Yes. Make the time. Oh yeah, we got to do this. We got to do this. Whether you really on the quality with your husband, the quality time with your family, with your kids, with your friends, with your, whoever. And because time goes and you're like, oh yeah, I got it. And then you don't. And you want to. And then when you do, you have a great time. I mean, I finally, after years, I called you up. I was like, I'm coming down to Texas, babe.
I was going to say you are somebody that, sure, it can take us a minute to get there, but you are always, you always follow through. You always are like, no, we're going to see each other. No, we're going to talk. You definitely are really wonderful at that.
I think because I grew up, I didn't have a lot of family and I never got to get married.
Well, you know what? Now that you're saying that, we always start each episode. And so I'm going to ask you to start it at the beginning. Talk to us about little Aida. Tell everyone how you grew up. You have a really unique
I do have a
life.
A little unique. Yes and no. I mean, everybody has something, but it's funny because you have to stop me because I will go off on tangents.
Well, I want to just start you and then I'm letting you go. This is the only question I'm asking you.
ABC, babe. Start at ABC. Okay, so me growing up. When I look back at I look back at my childhood and it was a little bumpy and I'll tell you why, but I never felt like poor me. Because I don't know, I was loved and it was a little hard, but so here I am, I grew up and when I was 1, my mom, who was a beautiful woman, was, got schizophrenia very badly, very debilitating schizophrenia. And back then, there wasn't the drugs that they have today. And she suffered, my poor mommy suffered until the day she died.
What's your earliest memory of her
Well, I don't remember when I was 1. I remembered like going to see mom. I'd go. So she lived with my grandparents, and at 4.
So you lived with your dad and she lived with your.
Well, at first I was with my mom got sick, and I was with my grandparents in
Okay.
Queens, and my dad had gotten divorced, and he married my stepmother, and my father was an artist, a painter, very talented, and I don't say that because he was my father, extremely wonderful abstract painter, and good guy, good guy, but he had his weaknesses. And I grew up go to move with him in the city, in New York City, in the Lower East Side, when it wasn't cool to live on the Lower East Side. So here I am on Henry Street, and I'm like, it's like I'm the only kind of white girl. There's a little bit of it's like black and Puerto Rican. I loved where I grew up. I loved it. But my stepmother and my father sent me to a school in the village, a really, really good school. And so I took the train by myself. Well, my sister went up by 3rd grade. I was taking the subway by myself
Wow.
to PS 41 in the village. But I grew up in this great neighborhood, and it had all this ethnicity. It was fantastic. It was like the Lower East Side. So you go a few more blocks, and it was that whole Jewish section, and we had the Jewish food and the egg creams and the pickles and the bialys. And you grew up going to like movies as a kid. It was just great, And my dad, I'd come home, and we lived in this unrenovated synagogue. I swear to God.
Wow.
And here's this girl going like, I was shy, Jamie, like the as open and as
Yeah, the thought
loud
of you being
and
shy is.
as I am now. I was like the opposite
Wow.
and shy. And it was like this shy kid who didn't say boo. And I would like, here's this unrenovated synagogue. It was so strange. I'm like, where am I
What? So
living?
tell me, can you explain like where were your rooms? Like how did you set it up?
Okay, so what they did was the first floor was my dad separated with like a kitchen, a living room, and then my sister and my room were broken down. They put some walls up, but that was it, and like a strange bathroom. And then my father's studio was on the 2nd floor, all open, and I'd come home and I'd smell turpentine. He'd do these huge canvases, and it was wild. And then the 3rd floor was my stepmother and my father's bedroom. And we had a backyard, and we had cats and a dog, and the neighborhood, the cats would go walking around the neighborhood, and it was just a great, great bunch. But it was hard because on the weekends I'd go see my mommy, and I'd go to my grandma's house, and my grandma and my grandpa were my life. My mom was so ill that she'd lay on the bed and with medicine, and she's like, "Oh, can I lay down?" And you just understood that.
Was the medicine then just to kind of sedate her?
Yeah, because she'd get visions or like feel like there was animals on her. I mean, there's all levels of schizophrenia, and now they have so many drugs that people can actually function to
Yeah.
some degree. But it was early on, and my mom just suffered. But I love my mom, and she was good. But my grandparents, we go, and Grandma and Grandpa, I named my company after them, Louis and Josephine, for my grandparents. And like my grandfather was the most handsome, and they'd worry about me and make me bologna sandwiches. And I became an actor, I think. Well, I don't know why I became an actor. Maybe it was a bad choice. No. I became an actor because I'd stay up every night watching the Late Show, the Late Late Show, the Late 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 Show until the TV went off with my grandpa. And
Wow.
all these cool movies, Errol Flynn and the Seven Little Foys and like Cagney and Bacall, like Humphrey Bogart and then John Wayne, and like it was just all Betty Grable and everybody.
Were you fantasizing about being an actor, or you were just falling in love with movies and actors?
I just loved watching it with Grandpa and loved him. I know I didn't fantasize for many, many years. You'll hear that if I don't know how much time we have
We've
here.
got all the time. I want to hear
Oh
the
my
whole story.
God. Anyway, basically, here I am growing up, loved my upbringing, but what did happen, and my mom always suffering, but for years just going there on the weekends. So then my dad got a little messed up, and really sad. Just got a little messed up. Didn't really understand it. I was 15. My sister was away at school. At that point, I had a brother who's the love of my life, Summer, who I do love more than anything. He's the best brother in the world. And he had moved out with his mom because they broke up. And so at 15, I'm like living in this house, and my sister's at school, and it's me and my dad. And I started like bringing home some money. I'd go clean a house. I cleaned houses for 16 years to make money. But here I am, like in junior high school, cleaning a house after school to get home $15 and then go to the bodega and they'd be, Dad, I got some ham and cheese.
How would you pursue those cleaning jobs? How did you find
Well, I
them?
didn't have a lot when I was 15. I only had this one. I don't even know how I got it. Go
Yeah.
after school to this guy's house, clean for a few hours. But I mean, I became like a sick cleaner, and I still love cleaning. I mean, I'm getting down and scrubbing the bathroom
I know
floor.
you are the cleanest person. You taught me how to keep a clean apartment.
Well, I'm not as good. I mean, I'm good, but I can't scrub the way I used to. I mean, I still do, but I'm like, yeah. But getting on the floor is hard.
When your dad and your stepmom broke up, so he just like wasn't able to sort of manage your finances, so that's why you guys were just.
I think that was one of the reasons. I mean,
He was an artist.
and he did really well. I mean, at the time, there was a time he like did really well, and we'd go from New York City to going to Martha's Vineyard for the summer and Block Island. And my life with my friends was so diverse. My father was the artist, and we had people over from all walks of life. There was no prejudice. I grew up in a neighborhood, so there was no prejudice in my life. I had everyone from every walk of life in my world, everybody. And so I grew up with that, and not, I hate prejudice, and I can't stand what's going on in this world. And everybody cut the shit with their hate is basically the story.
Yes.
Long story short, my father got messed up, and at 15, I could go live with my mom and my grandparents, but I didn't feel comfortable because it was in Queens and I wanted to go to school downtown. Anyway, Denise, my best friend from till today, her mother was a savior, and she's like, come live with us. And I went to Jamaica, Queens. So then I was the only white girl on the bus in Jamaica, Queens. But, who gave a shit, and Denise took care of me, and then I yada, yada, yada. And then I sent myself to college, and, I survived.
So you lived with her through high school?
Not all the way through. At one point, real quickly, my stepmother wanted me to help her, but it was kind of selfish reasons to be Cinderella. And then eventually I sent myself to college. So,
and where'd you go to college?
I went to SUNY New Paltz, and I loved it. And I had a great education, especially in the theater. My cousin John went there.
So you were studying acting when you went there?
Acting, yeah. I decided in junior high school, I think it was like the 8th grade when you have to go. We we started to go at 9th grade in the city. So what was it? It was like, you took these electives. Oh my God, Jamie. So here I am, shy. I'm in the back of, what's that class called? Improvisation. And it'd be like the last two periods. And I would pray that they wouldn't call on me. I'd be praying, oh, don't call on me, don't call on me. I was so nervous. And I don't know how I got through it, but one day, Mr. Fleischman calls me, and I get up and I do this improv. And it was like an outer body thing. And it was really good. It came from in my body, and I kind of did like a Lucille Ball improvisation, not the Vitamin the Vision, but
Right.
I did some type of improv. I was really funny. And I felt it like, it's like when you fall in love or you buy your first house, it's in your body.
Yeah.
And that was it. I was like, I said, oh, I'm going to be an actor.
Support for Messy comes from Honey Love. I love Honey Love. I love their shapewear. I love their bras. I love that they're an independent, female-founded brand. I love that all their products are intelligently designed by women who actually wear them. Because let's be honest, finding the right bra as you get older can feel frustrating. Sometimes what used to work just doesn't anymore. You want lift, you want shape, you want support. You don't want wires digging in. You don't want bulky padding. That's where Honey Love stands out. Their bras are designed to provide lift and structure with innovative bonding technology. It is just comfortable. love their crossover contour bra. It's actually one of their best-selling wireless designs. They have molded foam cups that create a smooth, natural shape. There's also the Cloud Embrace bra, so it's soft, it's breathable, it's incredibly comfortable. Treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market. Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honeylove at honeylove.com/messy. That's honeylove.com/messy. After you check out, they will ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honeylove. Support for Messy comes from Q-Collar. Now that my kids are playing sports, I've looked into brain health and making sure all those hits in football or, baseball's coming at them at 80 miles an hour now that 12-year-olds are 6 feet tall and 200 pounds don't result in long-term damage. And that's how I found Q-Collar. The Q-Collar is a revolutionary product that is the only FDA-cleared device in its category to help protect the brain from the effects of impacts during sports. There is truly nothing else like it on the market. So, at this point you might be thinking, isn't that why you wear a helmet? Yes, a helmet protects the head, but the Q-Collar actually helps protect the brain. And how it works is simple. The Q-Collar applies light pressure to the neck, which slightly increases blood volume in the skull, which helps reduce brain movement during impact. So the Q-Collar is backed by 25 plus peer-reviewed independent research studies. So it's science you can trust. And think about it like it's like a seatbelt for your brain. It can be used in over 20 different types of sports, from football to lacrosse to skiing. If there's contact involved, Q-Collar can probably be beneficial. So when you're getting your family ready for the next season, think helmet, mouth guard, and Q-Collar. Head to q30.com/messy and use code MESSY for a free sleeve with your order. Once again, that's q30.com/messy for a free sleeve available in 15 colors with your order.
At that point, my cousin John was an actor.
He was already. Your sister too.
Well, they were going to like high school and doing plays, and then even Nicholas, they were all like younger, but they were doing plays in high school. I was like, I was like 4 or 5 years younger, and they were like, "Oh, sure, you want to be an actor?" I said nothing to anyone. I didn't try to be anything, and I went to school and I did plays. And my cousin John's like, "Oh my God," he came to see me in the play. He's like, "You're really good," and I was like, "Thanks." And then you go from there, you do this, you do that, you act. And I think getting into one concept, because of the stress in my life, I think it triggered my first one disease that I have, not as, God knows, nothing like MS. And
let's not compare though. It's still difficult.
But I'm not, it's not to compare. Things are all relative.
Yeah.
And diseases are relative, and it's all relative, and it's how you look at life.
Yes.
It's how you choose to look at life and the positive and fight. And you know what? Sometimes you're not feeling so good. Sometimes you do get into depression. Sometimes you don't have the support you'd like. And sometimes you're in a spot. But you can't make it your whole life.
I know.
You can't. And if you do, that's your fault. There's people without legs in wheelchairs, and I see smiles on their face, and this is life. I'm not saying you don't have a bad day. I mean, shit, everybody has a bad day. So I got RA, rheumatoid arthritis, which I've had my whole life.
How old were you?
I was 12. Oh,
wow,
I'm sorry.
You were 12 when you got RA.
I was 12. Yeah. I didn't, yes, I was hospitalized at one point. Pain. Sometimes I couldn't walk up my feet. I started, like all different levels, and then it hit this joint and that joint. Because I was an active person and had no choice to not stop, and then everybody gets it differently, so there's no real comparisons. I did go on different medicines and stuff, but I was not I was never crippled by it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was in pain. I'm still in pain, like different days. If it rains, oh boy. There are times, different joints. I mean, it's everybody has a different day. It's all relative, blah, 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 blah. But, that's what I'm saying. So, you live through life. I'll never forget a really funny story. So it wasn't that funny, but so I'm doing Streetcar Named Desire on Broadway with Jessica Lange and Alec Baldwin and James Gandolfini.
Is that where you met?
Jimmy, 1992, with my guy, James. Oh my God. He walked in the room and he was a little late to the rehearsal. So handsome.
So
rugged.
handsome.
So bad boy. Walks in late with his bike and a chain around him. He's like, late. And I'm like, oh boy, this is fucking trouble here. You know what I mean? I was like, total trouble. Great guy. But I was like, oh, I got to deal with this because we were playing the upstairs neighbors.
You played a couple in it.
And the couple, like we were the upstairs neighbors. Anyway, I'll never forget. So a friend says, wow, you were really good in the show. And I was like, thanks. But you, at one point you had a limp and then you didn't have a limp. So they thought it was like a character thing I did. And I was like, oh, it was my body. So it was a 3-hour play. So sometimes, I'd get a limp and then it would work itself out and I wouldn't limp later or vice versa. Or maybe I started without a, because of my body. I don't know I'm limping, So I was like, oh, I didn't. I said, well, that's my arthritis. I don't even know what goes on in my body. So it's kind of funny, but.
So you would just work through it. You were so used to it at that point, right? It's like.
You're used to your pain. You get in your feet. If you're going to stop, you'll never live,
Yeah. I feel like I deal with that sometimes now where if somebody either hasn't seen me in a while or doesn't know me and they're like, oh my gosh, are you in pain? And I'm like,
yeah.
Maybe if I stop to think about it, I am, but this is how I exist.
Right. And there are days, and I know you have it way more, and there are days like, or periods when like there was a period, I don't know when, a year or two, maybe 2 years ago, where everything was hurting. And with RA, not like MS, it's like a comprehensive approach.
Yeah.
It depends on how you eat. When you have an autoimmune, different ones, it's like, what are you eating? Are you moving? Are you resting? Are you depressed? Is it, did you sleep? So your body reacts to all those things. And, and then the hormones, like there's so many things, but there are days like I have a trainer now, which is a great idea. And you know what? It's like, yeah, some people are on a tight budget, but you prioritize.
Yeah.
Like I don't have much money lately and I prioritize, but I'm like, maybe I'm not going to buy those clothes because I'd rather spend that money on this.
I know. And you
go out because I'd rather spend the money. And training doesn't mean you need the babysitter. It's someone to teach you. You do it once in a while, you learn, and then you do it on your own. And with strengthening my body, which I know that you do, by strengthening yourself, it definitely helps.
Yes.
But there are days I will get there and he's like, how are you doing today? I'm like, holy shit, every exercise hurts. Everything hurts. I got to move this way. It hurts. I got to get up. It's like sometimes I hop off the floor and other times I'm like, I need help up, And this is life.
Well, this is a lot of what brings me to kind of like when I met you. Now, I didn't have MS yet, but I remember being so taken back. So Aida joined Sopranos in season 2. I immediately felt so drawn to her when she came to the set. You were so open and full of life and giving and inquisitive and like wanting to get to know me. And I was so shy and I had so many walls up and it's like almost you saw beyond that. But what I was most taken back by, and I want to ask if this is because you had RA from such a young age that you learned this over time, but because then you had diabetes at that time as well.
I got it later, not in the beginning, not at the beginning.
Of Sopranos?
Yeah, I didn't. I got it later when I started taking insulin. It's on both sides of the family, so that's
Got it.
And another autoimmune.
Yes,
so.
But you immediately were able to sort of say, like, oh, I'm in a little pain, like let me sit down, or oh, my blood sugar's low. Do you mind getting me something? You were so comfortable with asking for what you needed, and it never came across in in any negative way. Like I was so inspired by it. I'm like, look at this woman speaking up for herself, saying what she needs unapologetically, and it's not coming across bad. It's like I didn't know how to ever express my needs for fear of seeming too much or diva or this. But when you would do it, it never came. And I could see people react like, so happy to help you, so happy that you would speak up. Where did you learn that from? How did you learn to do that?
It's interesting because I didn't even, I don't even know that. I mean, when you say it, I don't even think of that or me doing it, or, I mean, I do it. I'll be in the supermarket now and I'm, I'm healthy. I have more fucking energy, excuse my French, more energy than most. I can see young people and I'm organizing for them and I'm like, let's go, pick up the pace. But I can be in a supermarket and it could be an achy day and I drop something and I'll see somebody, man, woman, kid, hey, could you get that for me? Like that. But I didn't really realize that I did that. I don't know where I got it. I had to be a survivor at a young age.
Yeah.
I had to survive. I had no choice. I had to go. And I had these things and I had no choice. So I had things, but I wasn't going to stop. They were just things that people have and you just go. I never thought of poor me. Never. Not even, oh, wow, I don't know where I'm going to live. Oh, wow, I don't have anyone at my graduation. Even, my father said, what would you rather me come to, your play or your graduation? And that came up because I went to New Paltz, a graduation 2 weeks ago for my friend's daughter. And I was like, wow, nobody came to mind. That being said, it was okay because I thought, oh, the acting is important. But what I'm saying is everybody needs to go forward. You take what you get. And I don't know how I asked because I wasn't saying, poor me. I was saying, I'm going to go forward. Oh, I might need some help here. So give it to me. And because why?
Well, because you had a job to do.
Yeah. And if you need help, I'm going to be there for you. So people around me or people I like, I expect from my friends a lot. And I give to my friends a lot. And if somebody can't do it, I'm like, hey, you're off the fucking list. No, but I mean, then you see who people are. But I do surround myself with genuinely crazy, wonderful people.
Yes.
Like my friends are really some of the best people who are giving and smart and hardworking. And, we all have our shit. My friends like, oh, you're so bossy. Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, I got bossy. Yeah. When did you get bossy? I don't know. It just happened. I'm really bossy. I'm really, sometimes you have to tell me to shut up, but all within good intention.
Of course. Of course.
Listen, if I hurt someone by mistake or I say something or I'm to this, I will apologize.
I know.
There's nothing wrong. Be strong enough, brave enough, and a human enough to say I'm sorry. Because nobody's perfect. And also nobody knows why somebody could get hurt and what's going on in their mind. You might be trying to help someone and it hurts them. And I'm so that's really important. But I don't know where I got it, but I think
you're a survivor.
Yeah. And walk around saying there's nothing wrong with me. Some people can't see so well. Some people can't move so well.
That's it.
Some people aren't as smart. Some people aren't as skinny. This is life.
That's so much of it too. I think of what you taught me was like, you were unapologetic about it because you didn't feel self-conscious about it. You weren't embarrassed that you needed something. You weren't embarrassed that it was just like, this is wrong and I need some help to help me feel better, and it's taken me so long. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure out how to not feel bad that something is wrong.
Jamie, your book, I mean, I'm not a good reader. I mean, I read, but I'm saying I had a reading block since I was a kid, but I loved your book. I read it in 2 seconds because you put your heart out there. Anybody who hasn't read the book is an idiot, so buy the fucking book now. FYI. You put your heart out there and you were like, yeah, you grew up for whatever reasons thinking, oh, I don't want to show anybody I'm this or will they like me? That it's like that came from in you.
Yeah.
I was a different way. I was like that as a woman. Oh, no, I'm not pretty enough. I had the apologetic thing about I was never
I
thin.
know.
I always felt until I got the diabetes, then I got really heavy, which was from the insulin. I mean, I was never a skinny person. I always thought I wasn't attractive. No guy would ever want me. I mean, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's mine came in that place as opposed to the others.
Yeah.
And it's when you're older, you want to tell everybody and the young people, stop beating yourself up. Anyone, you're wasting all this energy hurting yourself. There's so much you could take that energy and you can give that energy out and help people. And you can help yourself. And when you feel good, when I'm feeling energy and I'm happy, oh my God, I can't help enough people. I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, I'm out here.
Well,
and I'm
that
like,
also
yeah.
just you've always been like so available and wanting to help. I want to bring back to your organizing later and like that other extreme talent of yours, but I see
That's my love. That's my love.
I
Yeah.
see how it feeds you. Your friendships and your relationships and you helping your friends gives you
Or
life.
anybody. I mean,
And for anybody, exactly. You were an example of that.
charity. If you don't have a lot of money, like the other day, like I can't be giving tons of money to charities, but somebody like they need help in the store and the store takes the money and gives it to the people who they feed the people, like, down the chain. And I'm like, oh, I'll help you organize the clothes and I'll go do that. That's what I'm good at. Like, there's a lot of ways of giving.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you give, you receive.
Yes.
You really do.
Absolutely.
And you get out of your depression and your head and productivity. Like I got my yellow pads, babe. And then I just got to my friend's house. She's not here, and she had left me yet another pad.
You
And I was like,
love
I
to make a
need
list.
one. And then this is like my Montauk. Who do I have to visit in my 3 days?
No. Oh.
But anyway, I mean, FYI, you are an inspiration. And I'm just going to say something. When I saw you speak on those talk shows, I was like, what an entity there. A woman speaking from her heart. And yet, even though you have had strains in your soul and in your body, you have such a healing way about you. You were meant to have gone through that so that you could take your healing powers to help others. We wonder why in this world we go through things, and we have to look at a big picture. And you're suffering, and I'm getting really a chill in my body. Your suffering led you to help so many more people. And you have a gift of a huge heart, and you are blessed. You are blessed with angels that will be there for you, but want to send this energy, the positive energy out through you. And it's not just your heart speaking. You're extremely smart. And the way you say the words, the combination and the balance between your knowledge, with your heart knowledge, it's just like one beautiful, honest lesson to put out to the world. And it's you. It's what you were meant to do.
Thank
It
you
was
for saying
it's
that.
what you were meant to do.
This is
And
your
then this,
time, not my time.
no, babe, it's so, honey, it's an equal time. My time, please. I could talk all the time.
I know, but I really, first of all, thank you.
I mean it.
First,
I mean,
know
and
you
I
do.
don't just
I know
mean
you
it. It
do.
is true. So when I say things, I'm a little intuitive.
I know you
And
are.
when I say shit, I mean it.
Well,
And
thank you first for saying that. But I really also mean it. And I write about it in the book. Like you have these people that come into your life at like really like
yes.
divinely timed moments that teach you and show you a way. And even though I wasn't modeling your example immediately, like you are such a huge part of
Jamie. Thank you.
who I'm trying to continue to become. You were just such an angel to me and such a really, even though, The Sopranos was amazing, right? Like we cannot say enough amazing things. It was also a really dark, heavy time for each of us personally.
And then guess what? We were going through life, and life is hard.
I mean, 10 years, we all went through shit,
And yes, and people died, and people got illnesses, and everybody had their stuff,
Divorces, and yeah.
and you were young with major stuff. I mean, major stuff. And let me tell you, doing the show wasn't easy. I mean, we were so happy there, but easy? No. I mean, it's a lot of pressure, and especially when you're young and you're starting out acting. And David wasn't easy. He was intimidating. He loved us,
Right.
but he's intimidating, and he was, hard on you for sure. You were a young girl. I mean, it's amazing how people don't know how they affect people, and you, like you say, you're still learning. You are. Well, guess what? We're all still learning.
Yeah.
We're all still learning. And if you can grow in your own life and see the change and the progress and keep growing, that's what life's about,
Yeah.
And I say to people, get off your fucking asses. Cut the shit. Cut the whining. Okay?
Okay. And listen, you got to listen to this woman, because not only is she's speaking of her colorful but difficult childhood and upbringing. You've had rheumatoid arthritis, you've had diabetes, and have you spoken publicly about, or are you willing to speak about the fact that you were driving and had a heart attack and didn't know?
Well, no, I wasn't driving. I drove after the heart attack. I had a big, 8 years ago, I had a big heart thing, and that probably had to do with the diabetes, but I was under a lot of stress, taking care of, here's my mother, years of all this stuff. Now I'm bionic, and I've always been bionic.
But you had to have
I should have died.
heart surgery.
Yeah, I could have died, but I was lucky it wasn't my time. And because nobody says that women have heart thing, especially diabetes is the number one cause of heart disease.
Is it really?
Number one.
Well, and I know heart disease is the number one killer in women.
Okay, and yes, I heard that, but I didn't know that until recently. But nobody says about women. They don't tell you to work out at 30-something because you're losing your muscle.
Mm-hmm.
They forget to tell you that because it's about the men. They forget to say about, the symptoms for a woman in the heart world is different. You know what I mean? You don't get it down the arm.
What were your symptoms of your heart attack?
Oh my God. It was a fucking nightmare. It was crazy. So here I am. And 2 years before, I thought I was having something. My neighbors were like, get to the emergency. Turns out I wasn't having a heart attack. I don't know. They said, you got to check out. Maybe it's hiatal hernia. I was having chest pains for a while. But hiatal hernia can imitate it. So 2 years later, I'm like, I'm fine. I was having chest pains here. And I was like, no, I'm fine. And I was going through agita. I was like, no, I'm okay. It's just that. So at one point, it's really bothering me. This is what happened. I go up island to see a friend. And then I come back and I literally am on my friend's floor in pain in my heart. And I got to drive back 2 hours in the rain to Montauk with the dog. And I'm like, my friend's daughter's like, should we call the ambulance? I'm like, nah, I'm fine.
You're just writhing in pain on the floor, and you're like, it's
I'm not it's agita. I'm okay. It's at night on Friday. Seriously. I get in the car. I'm like, I walk to my house. My friend was staying there. I walk in. He's like, wow, you don't look so good. I was like, yeah. I'm like, pale. I'm like, yeah, I don't feel so good. I just drove 2 hours in the fog, in the rain. Yeah, I'm going to lay down. So that weekend, I didn't get up to walk the dogs. So by Monday, I'm like, call my cousin. He gives me his doctor's number. His doctor answers. He's like, I don't do this, but it sounds like you might need to go to a cardiologist. I'm like, yeah, sure. So the next day, which I went, now that's Friday night, I come home after a heart attack. I didn't know. Tuesday, go to the doctor, new doctor out in Southampton, amazing doctor, Dr. Bench. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, let's do a test. He's like, you had a heart attack. And I was crying like, I had a heart attack. They do the catheterization. I'm like, I should be fine. I'm telling my friends are at the house watching my dog. It's like 9 a.m. And then he's like, we're doing the catheterization. I'm like, well, I'm not hearing anything. He's like, well, we're gonna have to take you. All your arteries are clogged now. Almost like I think they said 88 to 90 something percent, all four. Oh, that's not good. So,
Oh my gosh.
so I was rushed in the thing and rushed to emergency, and then all my friends were like, ah. And I could have died. I should have died then, but I didn't because
Thank
I
God.
didn't. And I'm
And you had a
fine.
quadruple bypass.
It was a quadruple bypass, but once I got home, I think it was a week later, I was organizing the linen closet. I had a little help. I was like, I can't take that linen closet right now. I swear I'm not lying. I am not lying. But I did have someone helping me. I was like, do you mind helping me? I got to clean that out. And I was fine. I had a lot of friends, blessed with beautiful people in my life. And you know what? You just got to go. It's all in your
I
brain.
know.
It's all in your
You're
brain.
amazing.
And again, I learned my lessons. Like, you have to take care of yourself.
Yes. And you do. You take really good care of yourself. You do moderation, which, listen, is important. Where none of us are.
I admit, like, sometimes I'm like, how come you're not doing your exercises? You didn't do them all week.
Yeah.
We could always do better, but it's really about don't do nothing.
Yes, I like
Don't
that.
wait and wait and wait.
I like that.
And don't beat yourself up, but I believe in the freaking calendar and the dates on the refrigerator. Move the kids' pictures aside. What about you? You can't help your kids. You can't help your family if you don't do you. And get everybody involved. Get your friends involved. Say, guys, this is a priority.
I know.
This is our life. We're doing this together. Go take a walk with the dog. I mean, I have a dog so that I get out.
Do you feel like you're healthier now than ever?
Yeah.
You seem it.
I feel healthier. And not that I'm doing a million things, but I think it's a lot. I think it's the brain health. I think it's about moving. It's about I think it's like, yeah, and I'm not perfect with food. No way. I mean, I love sugar. I don't eat tons and I eat it. Would I like to have no white sugar in my life? Of course. I would love it, but there's not a possibility of it.
Yeah.
Because I like it. Now, that doesn't mean I eat it all day long, and then I don't eat so much of it. But if you give me a piece of cake, I want a little bit of it.
I know.
And maybe on a certain day, I had a bad day, I'm going to eat the whole piece. But then I'm not going to eat other carbs, or you know what I mean. It's balance.
I know.
Like
That's all
the
you can
Greeks,
do.
moderation, life in moderation.
That's right.
It's all about what's our pain inside. Get that shit out.
You have been such a beautiful example of that for me. Support for Messy comes from Ridge. You trying to figure out what to get Dad for Father's Day? I got you. Let's get rid of his old wallet, or let's just get rid of that rubber band like my dad that he's putting around his money and credit cards, and get him a Ridge wallet. It is something he will actually use every single day. Ridge wallets have this unique, slim, modern design that holds up to 12 cards plus cash. They're made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber, and have over 50 colors and styles to choose from. All their products come with a lifetime warranty, so you're not just giving dad or husband a gift that lasts forever, you're giving him something he'll actually use every single day. So for a limited time, Ridge is running their huge Father's Day sale where you can get up to 40% off their best gear. Just head to ridge.com/messy and don't miss out on one of their biggest discounts all year. That's ridge.com/messy for up to 40% off. After your purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Okay, now let's talk about your other passion other than acting, which is like, as amazing as you are at acting, you are just as amazing
I think
at
I'm a better organizer than that.
organizing.
It's my life. I hate it's
Is that because do you think it's because you grew up in not chaos, but like
my father, I got it. Okay. First of all, I don't know what it is about organizing. I've organized since I'm probably more like 14.
Okay.
I swear my mom. And yes, I did it as jobs and stuff, but it is in my soul and I love it. And if you ask me about acting, I'll give you 5 minutes. I'll talk to you for 5 minutes about acting. What do you want me to say? You're honest. You do the scene. You move on.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, who I acted with and what did I do? I love acting. It's great. It's great. If you have good people, it's great.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
But when you help people, when you help somebody, now my gift is getting a home or an attic or garage or a filing system, anything you want to organize, anything, I'm good at that. It's a gift, it's a talent, it's an art. But helping people, like you wrote a book, because helping people to move forward and see their change or them saying, oh my God, and you don't realize some people have to live in chaos. Some people are clutter people. Some people like the chaos. Everybody has a different world, but some people don't want it. And some people don't know how to get out of it. It's like bookkeeping. Yeah, I'm not doing bookkeeping.
Yeah.
I pay someone, they come, they do it. That's not what I do. So I think my dad was very organized. He'd pack up the car when we go away for the summer. He was so good. The house was clean. We had a clean house, Italian, things were clean and organized. I don't know how I got it, but I was really good at it. I started it. My friend used to be, I started doing my friend's closet. I was 14. She was this kind of well-to-do designer. And I'd go in her closet and fix it up for her and make it nice. And I was 14. And then I've helped everybody.
I remember your closet in your tiny West Village apartment that when you had Polaroids of
the shoes
on the plastic bins. And I was like, oh my God.
Right. I want that now. I need a Polaroid because I'm like not good at the printers. I should.
You just have such, and you do. I mean, there's like a line of Aida's friends that are asking her to come in and organize for her.
Well, I mean, I've done it for everybody. I've done it for favors. I've done it for jobs. I've done it for charities. I've given myself as an organizer. So what I'm saying, really, what it is, and I was telling you how I'm not a good social media person in the world, but I'm learning that I am.
But
finally.
You need to be because you are such an individual. We got you on Rob and Ice. If you're not following Aida, get on it, everybody. Rob and I set her up, and it's amazing.
Right. Well, what it is, it's right. It's Turturro Aida because somebody took my other name, my right name. Anyway, I got to post something. I'm not good at it, but I'm trying to learn. But my thing is, like, people say I was going to try to do like a show, but
you have to.
I know, but I want to talk people through it. I want to hit more people because I'm not just talking about organizing. I'm talking about you, like you, helping. What do you got a problem with? What do you want to do? What's blocking you? Do you hate your bedroom? Does your husband or you guys have the office in the bedroom, which is terrible? Can you move this around? Why are the kids in 3 rooms? Why do you not have your medicine organized? Do you need another cabinet to put more stuff in? And then can you go through the stuff? Can we only have, 20 T-shirts instead of 40 T-shirts? Maybe some of them we could put away. Maybe some of them we could give away. And there's all levels. Everyone's like, oh, you make me throw out. I don't make anybody throw out anything. There's no throwing out. There's giving away. And there's also, if you want something, you could have it. But can you put everything in front of you? No, if you don't have the room. If you have 4 closets. I mean, I have a lot of shit and I constantly give away shit.
Yep.
But the other day I was like, oh, this isn't working. And I'm like, I asked my friend to help me put up some shelves so I could put my books over here, But if you're not good at something, if you want to go through things and you're just Joe Schmo, how about you go and you ask your friend, hey, can you support me? Can we go through this? But you do one thing at a time.
Yes.
You do one thing at a time. I'm just going to go through all my T-shirts. I'm just going to go through all my pants. I'm just going to go through all my shoes. And then I just gave away 12 pairs of shoes. I was like, I'm not wearing these. What the fuck?
And it feels so good. It's like, it's such an energetic cleanse.
And the cleaning
and the
lady.
people need it. Yes.
Hello. And they were happy. And I'm like, and I have so many more. And I'm like, and I'm a thrifter. I love going to good thrift shops,
You're good at it. You love a Marshall's too. Aida spent about an hour and a half in a Marshall's when she came to visit me. I waited in the parking lot.
I mean, any kind of like, I don't know.
You're the best.
No, I love it. But organizing is something that I hope one day, only because I really would love to talk about, and I can talk about, and I can inspire
You
people
can.
about
Well, this
doing
is
it.
what you need to, you know what? This is what you need to do more of on your Instagram is when you go,
Yeah.
next time you're organizing for a friend, have someone come and help film it. Talk to the camera, talk about what you're doing, interview the person before, show the process.
Like things like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
do it
I agree.
organically until some smart producer out there sees it and is
Right.
like, what am I doing? This is a show because you deserve that. And I know you want that, but you do it on your Instagram right now.
I'll get to that. I will. And I'm
We're
just
going to
saying
do it because I'm coming to New York soon. And I've already talked to Ange. I've already talked to Angela, who's our friend who ran publicity at HBO for many, many years, that we are the best.
Yeah.
We are going to set you up because to know Aida is to know that she is a motherfucking star. She is an individual. She is, I always say, one of my favorite people in the world. And
so what are we talking about now? Let's move on.
No, and again, it's coming from such a good place. It's so healing and it's so helpful.
There's so many things for people, and it's not just, oh, go through your clothes. How about it's like people who can't do their taxes because their filing systems aren't set up?
Well, it's just overwhelming.
You know, how about people who have like, oh my God, the snacks, I don't know, but the kids need this and the thing. Make the air. Like, what is your problem getting out? You know, how about cleaning out the whole closet because it's a disaster and every time you open it up, you're like,
It stresses you
why
out.
don't I just take an hour with my family and let's pull it out. Let's talk about everybody's coat. Let's talk about everybody's shoes. Let's buy nice new hangers that they hang right. And what are we doing? And there's a whole world that has no thing, and you give it away to good charities. Charities that help give it to the people who give back, not people who resell it for profit.
Right.
Make sure you find that out. Or ask all your friends or people who have no money.
Yep.
Nobody has money anymore.
Nobody has money anymore.
Wants to get, like, I give it all to friends. And
I know you do.
I was wearing these pants the other day because I'll be like, Edie, you want this? And then Edie's like, oh, you want these pants? I'm like, oh, I love those pants. It's like you switch your clothes, you know?
Yes.
And, you know, hey, you gave me those earrings, not these, but another pair. Like the other day, I was like, oh, I like these. It's just like, I always got shit in my house to give away. I love it. I love it. But anyway, I mean,
I really think you just need to be followed 24/7 is just what the world needs. Because again, anyone that just gets like the littlest taste of you, are like, I love this woman. I love everything about her. I'm so grateful for you to come on and do this with me.
Oh my God. Do you know, listen, it's first of all, I'm not doing anything for you. I'm talking to you and hanging
Yeah, I
out.
know.
What? I mean, you know, Allison's here, and then my friend Allison's with me
That's
today.
right.
And life, you know, life is good. We all do need to remember that. And you know, listen. I have my things. Sometimes I'm like sad about not being in a certain partnership, and you know, like you're like, wow, I'm getting older. Like we all want things, but when you stop, just every day, be like, oh, look what I do have.
I know, and you
Like,
are
I'm in
really
Montana.
great at that.
I just took a walk on the beach with the dogs. Ollie's with his old friend. You know, I'm talking to you. I'm going to see my friend Vanessa, hang out with her kids today. Then, like, it's like life is good. Life is good.
And you do. You leave the space. I'll end it on that. You leave the space to acknowledge the hardship. You always do. You always have. But then you immediately go to what you do have and how beautiful life is. And you are such an example of that. And I just love you.
I love you. I do.
Like I said, part of me, you're just the greatest. Follow her on Instagram, Turturro Aida. We're going to make her a bigger star than she already is.
I just want to see you in June.
You're going to. I'm coming. You're not gonna get rid of me.
I know.
And before I let you go, I pick a random card from this little deck and I'm going to read it and we'll see if it pertains to us or what we've talked about. We'll see.
Okay, cool.
It sure does. Here we go. Our friends interpret the world and ourselves to us if we take them tenderly and truly.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And so
beautiful.
it is.
Thank you. And so it is.
This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windisch.
And if you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening. I just want to let you know I am a paid spokesperson for Novartis, but this podcast is independent from my collaboration with Novartis.